Okay, so here's what to do with your starter. You're going to take that jar that I gave you that has the 150 grams. It's probably really deflated and pretty soupy at this point. Measure out 50 grams of this. Thereabout. Pour the remaining 100 grams into a discard jar, which is what you're going to make the crackers or the pancakes, or you can Google all kinds of recipes for sourdough discard. So the discard's going to go in here. I have quite a bit of discard, almost 4 cups at this point. It's important to never dump straight sourdough down your drain because it'll turn to like cement and then you'll have to call the plumber. It'll be a big mess. What I do is I take what's ever in this jar. There's no soap in here. It just kind of bubbles up on its own. Fill it up with water and then put it into a potted plant and watch your plant go crazy. They love this. I actually usually put it in the gardenia out front. Really works well for fertilizer. Seal up your discard jar. You can do this finger tight. You don't have to leave it open, just finger tight. I put it in a gallon-sized baggie and I put it in the refrigerator. In the meantime, I washed out the jar because now we're going to feed the starter. So you can see we've got, well, it's 53 grams, but approximately 50 grams of the flat deflated starter. It's not active, or it's a little bubbly, but it's not active. And then add about 50 grams of, whoops, that's a little too much, but that's okay. Doesn't matter, it's not rocket science, it's sourdough, of bottled water. And then you're gonna dump in about 50 grams, probably a little bit more, of bread flour or all-purpose flour, but make sure it's unbleached, unbleached all-purpose flour or just good bread flour. So because I had a little too much water, I'm going to add some extra flour. We're going to stir it up until it looks kind of like a brownie batter, somewhere between a really thick pancake batter and a brownie batter. You still want it to be pourable, but not runny at all. So let me mix it, I'll show you. Here you have it, kind of a really, it would be too thick, basically too thick for pancakes and maybe just a little too runny for like a brownie batter, but that's pretty much what it should look like, maybe a little bit thicker. And I'm just gonna pour it all back into your jar. So there it is back in the clean jar. It's a little bit more than 150 grams because I put a little too much water, too much flour. But it doesn't matter. What I'm looking for it to do is to double in size. So by tomorrow morning, it needs to be up to at least 350 for it to be ready to bake with. Just leave it on the counter with the lid on top. Don't screw it on or anything. And that's that. That's all you got to do for now.